Hello, welcome to Scale with Julia. I'm Julia Pimsler, business coach and sales trainer, and we cover topics here that help you scale. So today we're talking about scaling a service business. Maybe you're a consultant, you could be a lawyer, you could be a marketing firm, anything where you are getting hired to deliver a service instead of selling a product. And often you might hear, well, that's not scalable. It's very hard to raise capital. It's almost impossible to raise venture capital with a services business, but you can scale to 1 million and you can even scale to 20 or 50 million. There are really three main ways of doing that. And I'm going to cover them in this little Scale with Julia. And if you don't focus on these scalability hacks, then it's quite likely that you will face burnout, exhaustion, just getting sick of your business. I've seen it over and over again in the women who run service businesses. They start the business. You started the business because you love doing something. Maybe you're amazing at marketing or you love helping people with their websites. But then you have to answer all these requests for different needs that people have. You're constantly customizing. People are contacting you late at night or they're not happy and they want little changes, and it just all becomes exhausting. So we don't want that to happen to you. We don't want you to get burned out. We know that some people who run service businesses are working, 100 hours a week and still not making more than 100 or 200,000 a year. A lot of service businesses get stuck right around 100 or 200,000 a year because they tap out on the amount of time that they have. And then they can sometimes start wondering, is this even worth it? Should I just go back and get a job? So here are the three ways that we can make sure that doesn't happen to you. What I really would like is for you to be like my friend, Carrie Kirpin, who scaled her services business, Likeable Media. They were doing social media and they scaled to over 10 million over the course of 8 to 10 years, and then sold it to a large media company for 8 figures. She then stayed on as CMO for a couple of years and is now off pursuing her next passion. So it can be done. The three ways to scale a service business are: one, you can hire an amazing number two and have them help you outsource, automate, and delegate so that you can focus more on the things that only you can do. I covered this in the last video. The 3 things a CEO should be doing are setting the strategy, hiring the best people, and keeping the money in the bank. And if you're not focusing on those things right now, you might need an amazing number two. You can call them COO. You can call them chief of staff. I really don't care what you call them, as long as they can organize the company for you, get all your systems in order, help you see around corners, maybe even go to meetings with you so that they can then do the follow-up with people. That is a game changer. One of our graduates had a company that was helping nonprofits to raise money. So she was a consultant. She had a great way of getting them to find the money. And she had some freelancers who were doing it on her behalf. Well, she got pregnant and knew she was going to be out with her baby. So she took the leap, hired her first I think she called her chief of staff. And I remember she was nervous about spending the money, right? It can be a big investment. She's not in New York, so it was maybe more like 80,000. In New York, it could probably be over 100,000. Who knows, depending who you hire and if they're full time. But it paid off in spades because this person organized all the freelancers, created all these amazing systems for scaling, and now that company has tripled in revenues. So maybe getting a great number two into your company is the right solution for now. And they can also help you outsource, automate, and delegate, which most freelancers, service providers, smaller companies are not taking full advantage of. We actually have a whole chapter on delegating from $1 Million Women, my book. If you'd like that for free, just write delegate in the comments and we will send that over to you. All right, the second thing you could do is to teach your secret sauce to other people. If you've ever gone to a boutique gym, we know the owner of SLT, which is a very popular chain that has a workout that's kind of part Pilates, part, what's that other one called? Cross training. And Amanda Freeman is the CEO. And she came up with this incredible workout. And then she was able to teach it to people who are running SLTs. She has over 20 locations now. So that's also a multi-million-dollar business. Teach your secret sauce. The third thing you can do is productize your services. Just because you're selling services doesn't mean you need to sell them as a service. They could be sold as a product. And it doesn't even have to be your whole business. One of our graduates has a ophthalmology practice where people bring in their kids for help with their eyesight. And she was making over $1 million already, but felt like everything they did required so much attention from her, from the other ophthalmologist she hired. Wasn't there some way of scaling this? So we realized that there was a very basic service that she was providing over and over again to parents who were worried about their children's vision. And we helped her turn that into a digital product that she could then sell to people who really didn't need to come in yet. They could first pay her to take the digital class. Maybe it was going to solve the problem. And if it didn't, then they could come in and pay them for the more expensive in-person packages. Well, that led to them having 20% of their revenues come from this digital product, which is passive revenue. She doesn't have to lift a finger, neither does her team. She's been able to create new partnerships with other organizations that don't have a product like that, selling it on her behalf and get even more passive income. So maybe there's just a piece of your business that you could productize, or you could look at what are the services I deliver most often and I get paid the best for and I enjoy doing and I have the highest margins, and turn those into products. At $1 Million Women, we did just that, and we teach that in our accelerator program. We have one starting right now in the fall. And what we do is we just have 3 ways of working with us at $1 Million Women. We have the accelerator program, the 12-week signature business program. We have a 4-week sales training program, or you can do that on your own online, a little bit like my friend at the 4D Vision Gym. Or you can do one-on-one coaching with me, but that's a very small subset of what we do because that's not scalable. So those are our 3 packages. We are a coaching company, so you could say, well, that's a services business, but it's very scalable because we've productized. So if you're not quite sure how to productize, or you feel like you're still stuck in answering customers who want you to provide things in a very specific way, and how could you possibly turn that into a product? I've seen a lot of women get stuck there. Feel free to reach out, set up a call with us, and we will help you think about how you could offer your services as a product. That is one of the big ways that we've seen a lot of our graduates get to $1 million, is to just take all these services they've been offering in this very kind of customized fashion and turn them into a product so that it's very simple to move customers through those steps. And also other people on your team can then sell the products because it's not such a customized, bespoke experience every time you get on the phone with a client. It's just, which one of these 3 products do you want? So I hope you'll consider using one of those 3. You can hire an amazing number 2 and outsource, delegate, or automate. Hit us up in the comments and we will send you the delegate chapter. Just write delegate for free. You can teach your secret sauce like Amanda Freeman did at SLT. Or you could franchise, that is part of doing that. But even without franchising, you could just have little mini me's delivering what you're so good at. And the third thing is to productize your services so that when people are working with your company, it's a very easy onboarding. You can sell more of the bigger priced products and get known for those. And people on your team can start to sell them so you're not the only one able to close new business. If you need any help with that, we have an accelerator program that is kicking off right now. So feel free to set up a call with us. I'll put up our little banner so you can find us. Just set up a call at scalewithjulia.co. Good luck scaling, and I will see you soon. In the meanwhile, stay brave and go big.